Good afternoon and welcome to Coping with COVID. Updates on the pandemic and information to help you thrive and survive COVID-19. I'm Tre Tailor and I want to remind you of a programming note. We're going to move Coping to COVID to my company page, Tailor Made Productions. So please make sure you go over there, like and share that page so you can see the broadcast, Coping with COVID, weekdays at 2 o'clock. And you can also see all of the COVID related information. Pamela Bynoe Reed is with us today. She is the Public Relations and Marketing Manager at the Comet bus system. They've got a lot of great things coming up, and we're going to talk to Pam in just a minute. Hey, Pam.
Hi, how are you doing? Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. We'll be right back with more COVID updates. Hey, don't forget, it is voting day today. That's right, voting day in South Carolina. The primaries are among us. Now, the polls are open until 7 o'clock tonight, so don't forget to vote. Many of the polling places, as I've said the last couple of weeks, have been condensed because of lack of poll workers because of COVID. So make sure you know where your proper voting place is. Now, you should have gotten a postcard in the mail over the weekend if your voting place has changed. If you're still unsure, log on to scvotes.org. That's scvotes.org. Don't even try calling voter registration. They're busy. They probably won't answer. So go to scvotes.org and find out if your polling place has changed. Now, don't forget to wear masks to vote today, social distance, bring your own pen. They will have some sanitized pens there, but bring your own pen. They are going to give you a cotton swab for you to vote with, and then you'll discard with that afterwards. Now, did you, were you trying to absentee vote? Were you trying to do a mail-in vote? Did you ask for a mail-in ballot? If you have not sent yours in, the only thing you can do is this. You've got a couple of options. One, you can go down to the voter registration place here in Columbia. It's 2020 Hampton Street. But if you are in another county, Google where your voter registration office is. Go there and you can turn in your mail-in ballot. What you cannot do is turn your mail-in ballot at the polling place. You cannot do that. They won't accept it. Also, if you have a mail-in ballot, you can't just willy-nilly change your mind and go to the polling place. You'll still have to go to your county voter registration office. And again, in Columbia, it's 2020 Hampton Street. Give them either your completed or uncompleted polling piece of paper, your poll, and let them know I'm turning mine in, or I want to go to my polls, and then they'll give you a letter that you can take to your polls. Okay, you got that? If you have a mail-in ballot, you can don't mail it. You need to either take it to 2020 Hampton Street or your voter registration office, or turn it in there. And if you have not filled it out, you can let them know that you want to go ahead and vote. You can vote there, or you can go to your regular polling place. Again, if you have any questions, you can go to scvotes.org. And if you have any problems voting, if you are encountering anyone that's trying to prevent you from voting or trying to sway you from voting, there's a number you can call. It's 866 Our Vote. That's 866-OUR-VOTE if you're encountering any problems at the poll. I'm Tre Tailor. You're watching Coping with COVID, and Pamela Bynoe Reed joins us. She is with the Comet bus system. Thank you again so much for joining us, Pam.
Thank you for having me again, Tre.
Absolutely. And, you know, I said to you off air, congratulations, but it's not really new. You're 9 months in. You've had the baby, girl.
Yeah.
So how is it? Because you went from, just a little personal thing, you went from a healthcare. No, you were at, you went from healthcare to this. How is it different?
From healthcare to energy utility.
To energy. That's right. Because you were at SCANA, SCENG, the artist formerly known as SCENG.
Correct. Yeah.
So this is just another entity for you. And you've got a great story of bounce back and change and not being stuck in one place.
Yeah. You constantly have to, I hesitate to say reinvent yourself. But when I say reinvent yourself, basically to bring out those things that are untapped, that you have within you. Every journey I've been on, in every role, there was something I could carry to the next role. Yeah. And just build upon. So, yeah.
That's so good.
It's a great team over here, and, people who are very passionate about keeping the community moving.
Yeah. And speaking of which, are you guys, I know last year or for the last election, you guys offered free transportation to the polls. Are you doing that again today?
Well, yes, but the difference is we've been running fare free since I want to say March, end of March. Yeah. Because in light of COVID-19, people have lost their jobs, their income has been diminished. And we wanted to make sure that everybody who needed to get to essential places could get there, and that, you know, not having bus fare would not be a deterrent to that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so that's good. So people can do what if they want to catch a ride to the polls?
Oh, just go to the bus stop that they would normally go to and to get a ride to their polls. They could get on the Comet bus.
Any of the Comet buses.
All of the Comet buses are running fare free right now.
Oh, and you just say, take me to the polls.
No, no, you have to look. You have to check out our routes, though.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, girl. Take me to the polls.
No, you know, in light of that, I do want to talk about some of the things that we have changed.
Please,
about riding the bus during COVID-19. So right now, like I said, we're running fare free. We are on an enhanced Saturday schedule, which means we don't start quite as early and we don't stay out quite as late.
Okay.
And then there's some routes that are not on a normal schedule. And for some of those routes, they're going to be on demand. In other words, you can call us at 803-255-7100.
255-7100.
Mm-hmm. And say, for instance, if it's, let's say, Route 46, which is down in Lower Richland, and, you know, say, call an hour before you need to leave, and they'll meet you at that bus stop and take you where you need to, you know, take you along that route to your destination. So yes, on demand. But, you know, we have a lot of information on our website at www.catchthecomet.org.
Catchthecomet.org. Great. People can go there and find out where the bus stops are, the different routes, the whole time. But I love that you're fare free. Why did you guys decide to do fare free right now?
You know, like I said, with a lot of people who, especially those who are transit dependent, you know, they're in those service industries. You know, a lot of them have had a diminishing of income. And so, you know, we wanted to, you know, we didn't want to add to the stress of all of that.
Yeah, that's good, Pam.
You know, and the other thing that we have done, we have hand sanitizer on all of our buses.
Great.
For social distancing, we went to alternate seating. So it's like every other seat. And capacity for our buses is between 17 and 20. Now, the larger buses can accommodate 45 people, but we cut that down to no more than 20 people on a bus in order to give a little bit of space between folk. We also went to rear door boarding. In other words, instead of coming past the driver, and this is to protect our bus operators.
Right.
Rather than coming past the driver, you come in the middle of the bus and disperse sideways.
Okay. Yeah. Now, do you have to have a mask on to ride the bus, Pam?
That's a great question, Trey. So today, it's strongly recommended that people wear a mask. And we were trying to follow the lead of the governor, since we are a government entity.
Yeah.
You know, we're not state, we're not city, but we're in a regional transit authority. But what our CEO, John Ando, did was he looked to see what other transit agencies were doing and how they were handling it. And so starting on June 15th, masks will be mandatory.
All right, June 15th, masks will be mandatory. You can't get on the bus unless you have a mask on.
The bus will not move if you do not have on a mask. Wow. Now, what we will be doing to help people out for the first 45 days or so is that we'll provide masks.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Mask, you know. So, but after then, you got to have a face covering.
Yeah.
You know, even if it's a scarf covering.
A scarf. Yeah.
You know, it doesn't have to be, quote, the mask, but some kind of face covering, and that's, you know, that's for your safety. That's for the safety of people around you. That's for the safety of our staff.
Yeah. So as of June 15th, you must wear a mask or some type of face covering to ride the bus. And from June 15th to the end of July, you all are providing masks and or face coverings for those riders.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's good. That's good. And then reduced fare or free fare. How long is that going to last, Pam?
And until further notice.
Okay.
It's probably going to be a few months.
Okay. All right. But that's great. That's great because, as you said, many of these essential employees have to ride the bus. So I thought that was so gracious of Comet to take them into consideration and say, we're not going to add another thing on you to worry about how you're going to get to work because you can't even pay to get to work. So come on and ride Comet at no cost.
And, one of the other things that we communicated out to the public was, on our social media and through other avenues, we would get little questions. Well, why is the bus still running? So we did an op-ed, while we're running and actually changed our brand awareness messaging to reflect that as well. It was in our brand awareness campaign, you probably saw the billboards up all around town and stuff like that. Those are actual riders, every single one of them.
Oh, cool.
And then, the young lady who has on her nursing uniform, she's a nursing student at Prisma Health, and, we're there to take her to work, to take care of you.
Yeah.
Or your loved one.
Yeah.
We have, a couple that lives here in Columbia, an older couple, and they need to go to get the things that they need that are essential.
Right. Yes.
To go to the pharmacy, to the grocery store, to different places like that. I think we take for granted that we have transportation. We could just jump in our car and go where we need to go.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. But for people who are transit dependent, and I'm not even speaking to the people who ride because they enjoy riding the bus. I'm speaking to the people who ride because it's a necessity to them.
Right. They don't have a car. They don't have any other mode of transportation.
Exactly. Yeah. So, we have a responsibility to transport them to the places that they need to be.
And, bus riding, I think in the South, there's a little bit of a stigma attached to bus riding. I grew up in New York where you didn't have a car, you rode the bus, or you rode the train, where public transportation, it was a big thing. That's just how you got around. So, I think, like you said, a lot of people use public transportation regardless of their socioeconomic stance in life.
Absolutely. And going back to that brand awareness campaign, we have a video that will be on the monitors at Comet Central and, of course, at our headquarters. And, snippets are actually on our digitally, like on social media and different banner ads. But, we had some people who are choice riders, people who ride because, okay, I support public transportation. I'm going to ride the bus. And they talked about why. And I think that's very important to know that, you're not, quote, poor if you ride the bus.
Right, right.
A lot of people ride the bus. I ride sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. We're talking to Pam Bynoe Reed. She is a marketing and public relations manager at the Comet bus system. And you're watching Coping with COVID. Hey, don't forget, you see the ticker on the bottom. We're going to move Coping with COVID to the Tailor Made Productions page. So please make sure you like and follow that page. You can get your Coping with COVID broadcasts and updates. Okay, so Pam, I know that you guys are getting ready to do something really amazing to honor an African-American heroine. Tell us about that, please.
So we are embarking on a campaign, Saving Sarah's Seat, and it's to honor and pay tribute to Sarah Mae Fleming, who is an African-American woman from Lower Richland, who was the precursor, if you would, to the Rosa Parks case.
Oh, wow.
In fact, her case with the bus system at that time, which was not the Comet, but it still was the bus system that served the Midlands. How her story goes is that she was asked to move from her seat near the front of the bus. And when she went to exit and sit the bus, she went back to the, since she was in the front, went to the closest door. And she was actually assaulted by the bus driver. She was struck.
Oh my gosh.
As she was being pushed off of the bus. And, that her case that she had was the glue and the strength that was needed to push forward in the Rosa Parks case a year and a half later.
Right.
So, you know, she's an unsung hero for sure. And one of the things that we're doing to honor her, in addition to telling her story through print advertising in many publications and through Cola Today and with Amara Women Magazine and with, you know, Millennium and a lot of other news outlets, is that we're going to have Miss Fleming's likeness sitting on the bus, a life-size Comet on every Comet bus.
That's great.
June 22nd until August 22nd. And in that cutout around where her waist is, it tells the story of what happened that day and what her contribution to the modern civil rights movement was. So we're really excited about that. And we're partnering with a lot of different people. And, you know, we're welcoming other partners at, you know, in meeting new friends and, you know, to help us tell her story.
That's
you know,
amazing.
and I would like to say the reason we're doing this is the bus system has never honored her. And I think in 2020, it's time to do that. Right.
What was the motivation, if I may ask, to do it now? Was it you? Was it you?
No, I'm just a catalyst to get it done.
Yeah.
But interesting you'd ask that question. So, you know, I do believe that God's plan is bigger than our plan in all things.
Yes.
And the timing of this is so impeccable. But truth of the matter is, we started having these discussions in January.
Wow.
Thinking that we were going to do something, some little highlight in February. But
for Black History Month.
For Black History Month, you know, but in discussions with the our creative agency and, you know, kind of back and forth with the team here, you know, we really felt very strongly that, you know, this story needs more than just a couple of days on a 28-day month. So, you know, which is why we said, you know, why don't we just defer this and really plan it out and what we want to do and what can be done and, you know, budget wise and logistically.
Yeah.
And do it starting on the day that commemorates the 66th anniversary of her case, of the incident. You know, so that's where all of that came from.
Right. And that date is when you guys are going to launch it? Is that the date?
Okay.
June 29th. That'll be great, Pam. That is so exciting. And she lived in the Lower Richland area.
She did. I think she was from Eastover.
Okay. Yeah. Sarah Mae Fleming. Yeah, that'll be great. Now, you know, we were talking earlier about the Comet being necessary for essential workers. And speaking of which, the Comet is hiring. Tell us about some of those positions.
We're hiring for other essential workers. So we have a customer experience and contracts manager position that's open right now.
What does that mean?
That's the person who basically does a lot with quality assurance and works within the contract of the Comet administration and the people who we contract with to actually run the bus system or to run the buses, which are the bus operators, the mechanics and different things like that. This person is like our eyes and ears at Comet Central, which is the transit center. And you know, just somebody that kind of overall oversees the process of making us all better. You know, another component that's kind of like glue for us.
Yeah, that's great. So it's one of those positions open. How many people do you need for that?
One manager. Yeah, we're pretty lean up here, and
all right.
It's about 15 of us up here.
All right.
But we also have a customer experience coordinator position that supports that. The manager actually oversees customer service. The coordinator kind of works up under that person. And then we also have a representative because, customer service is really important to us. And we want to make sure that we make the system that we have better. Yeah.
Yeah. So you've got 2 or 3 positions that are open right now. That's good. And if people want more information about those positions, how can they get that?
It's posted on our website, catchthecomet.org under Working for Us.
Catchthecomet.org.
Staff and then Working for Us. Yes.
Anything else that you guys got going on at the Comet, Pam, that we need to know about?
Yes. So because of COVID-19, we closed Comet Central, which is a transit center downtown.
Right.
Well, we're doing a soft reopening of Comet Central on the 15th, which is next Monday.
Right. Okay.
And then we're actually going to have a ribbon cutting on the 16th. And we're going to debut a lot of upgrades that we've done since we've been closed down.
Oh, good.
And also how we've implemented safety measures, with stickers on the floor saying, 6 feet apart, capacity, as far as how many people can enter into or be in Comet Central is limited to 17 people. We are going to be monitoring, how long you stay in there, because basically it only takes about an hour at the longest to wait for your next bus.
Okay.
So,
so you want to discourage loitering.
Exactly. Yeah. So, but we're really, really excited about that. We have monitors that will tell you where your bus is, when it's going to get there, different things like that. You can see our social media feeds. You can see the latest advertising that we're doing. So it's a lot of information that will be in there for the public.
Right. And on June 15th, next Monday, you'll reopen the soft reopening of the Comet bus system. That's in the corner of Sumter and Laurel?
Sumter and Laurel.
Yeah, correct. Sumter and Laurel Street. I don't know how I knew that because I usually don't know streets. But yeah. All right. So that'll be good. So you're going to open with all new, some great new features and things like that.
It's been painted. Yeah. New paint. We fixed some things that were kind of in disrepair. Just kind of really just zhuzhed it up a little bit. And we'll have some little goodies for people, some branded items on the 16th at the ribbon cutting for our passengers, for our riders. We'll be giving away like rain smocks, disposable rain smocks.
Oh, that's cool.
Because a lot of times, if there's not a bus shelter, you're out in the rain.
Right. That is so good, because those are things people need. I may not need a can opener. You know what I'm saying? Or a koozie. I don't need that. But a raincoat, I need a raincoat.
And then we're also going to be giving out these little alert lights. They're little green alert lights that blink, because sometimes it's dark when people are riding the bus, so you can be seen at the bus stop.
Oh, that's good, Pam.
Green flashing light. So those are some of the things that we'll be giving out, and probably some fans, because I think I saw it's going to be in the 90s that day. So if you're outside, you need a fan.
Right. That's right. That's right. Those are good. Those are such thoughtful gifts. You know what I mean? Because like I said, I don't need another koozie. I don't need another keychain. You know what I mean? I may or may not need another pen. I got a million of them. But like I said, if I am a bus rider, the light is an essential. It's necessary. It's important. And the raincoat. So I think that's so conscious of the Comet to give away gifts that make sense for the bus riders.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
So if people want more information about the Comet or information about you professionally.
Well, about me professionally, I'm on LinkedIn.
How can people get more information on the Comet?
Information on the Comet. Yeah, I can talk about it all day long. Of course, our website, catchthecomet.org. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram. We post several times a day on those platforms. The Comet is also on LinkedIn as well. You'll see the jobs posted there as well.
All right. So there are 3 positions available at the Comet, free rides at the Comet. They're giving free rides for the polls today. And also on the 15th, they're going to do a grand reopening, a soft opening of the Comet headquarters. Not headquarters. What is it called? Bus?
It's our transit system. It's
transit system. Okay.
I'm sorry, transit center.
Transit Center on the corner of Sumter and Laurel Street.
And the actual ribbon cutting and the quote celebration where we're giving out stuff is on the 16th.
The 16th. Okay. Yeah. All right. And what time is that, Pam?
That is at 1 o'clock.
Okay, 1 o'clock on the 16th, next Tuesday. Go by there and get your green your green flashlight and your raincoat cape at the Comet. Pam, thank you so much for joining us today on Coping on COVID. Such great information about the Comet. I'm so excited about the tribute to Sarah Mae Fleming. That's so great. That is so great. And because
I'm sorry. Great working with her family and
so her family still lives here. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, she still has family here. I reached out to her granddaughter, and she disseminated the information to the rest of the family members. And because that's really important. That you don't want to do something for someone, and they feel like something has been done to them.
Exactly.
You have to give the proper respect and deference to to the people involved. So we were able to reach out to her, and she was really helpful. And we made sure everything was kosher. With everybody, and still working with a lot of people like the Columbia 63, working with them and others.
That's great.
Columbia.
And Bobby Donaldson, he's big on over at USC. Yeah. He has a lot going on as far as African American heritage is concerned.
Yes. He'll be at the table as well.
Yeah, that's great. Well, I'm going to talk to you too when you start talking about that, honoring her. I'd love to get you back on maybe with a member of her family to talk about that, because that is such a great thing. That is so huge.
Would love that.
Yeah. Pamela Bynoe Reed, thank you so much for joining us again on Coping with COVID. And thank you, of course. Please continue to post and share this broadcast so we can get this message out to the masses, especially if there is someone that actually rides the Comet. And that could be you also. Please follow me on Instagram and also on LinkedIn and on the YouTube channel. And don't forget, as is scrolling on the bottom, we're going to move Coping with COVID to the professional page, Tailor Made Productions. So please like and follow that page so you'll be sure to get the broadcast and all of the COVID related updates. I'm going to close today, Pam, with Conversations with God. This is a beautiful devotional book by Cheryl Williams Mims. She's with Agape Christian Counseling. And this one says, just a short one. I want so much to bless you exceedingly and abundantly, more than you can think or imagine. Eyes have not seen, ears have not heard the things that I have prepared for you. The blessings are here, and you must open up to receive them. You must trust that I will do what I say I will do. You must call those things that are not through your eyes as they were. You are limiting me. You are not allowing me to bless you. Take your hand off and receive your blessing now. That's from Conversations with God. If you want more information, isn't that good? You can contact Exactly. Mind your own business and leave God to do his business. You can call 803-779-2777 to get a copy of your own Conversations with God, or go to Agape Agape CTS Christian Training Center, which is a C, not an S.com. She's also on Facebook, Conversations with God. Tomorrow on Coping with COVID, we're going to talk with State Representative Gilda Cobb Hunter. She is going to tell us about what the legislature has done as far as making sure kids are going back to school and that they are going to be safe. And she's also going to have a couple of parents with her. Johanna Bridgette is going to be one of those. So be sure to check us out tomorrow at 2 o'clock. On Friday, we're going to talk to gospel artist John P. Key and a couple of other artists about going back to big concerts. Is that safe, or when will it be safe? That's Friday on Coping with COVID. And then on Saturday, we're going to talk to Karen Jenkins about small businesses, what to do after the bank says no. All of that and more coming up on Coping with COVID with Tre Tailor. Thank you again so much, Pam. I appreciate you joining us. Thank you all so much for joining us on Coping with COVID. Have a great day. Take care. God bless. And please be safe.
Thank you. Bye.